personal growth. Talk about personal development. How important is that for you, and how important is that, do you think, to the network marketing profession?
You know, there's a handful of things I do consistently every day. Number one is I share my product. You share your opportunity. You build relationships. You know, the fortune is in the follow-up. You build for events, you know, one event to the next. And then you learn how to master big impending events, like when we have a conference, a convention. You know, I'm a firm believer to invest back into your business and get people to the big events and count the calendar down going into the days right into the big conference, and load up the dance with a freshman class and light them up and see them all going home with that.
I want to talk about that
light in their eyes.
Yeah.
But the other thing is personal development. You know, what books are you reading? What are you listening to consistently every day? You know, different CDs or, you know, different things that you're feeding your mind with. Who are you spending time with? You know, who you spend time with is who you become. You know, you want to make sure that, you know, you love your family, but choose your friends. You know, I mean, sometimes, you know, people,
great
you know, I mean, you got a chance here to, you know, that selection process of who you're going to spend time with, that peer group, you know, what level they play at, what standards they have. It's one of the things I like about Tony's Platinum Club, is I'm around a peer group. They're at a learning environment where everybody ups their game. But personal development, you know, the three things I do consistently every day is feed the mind, condition the body, and connect spiritually. And, you know, those are the rituals, your habits, your habits, your rituals, you know, what you do consistently every day is very important. So personal growth, personal development. And I mean, I think I said it earlier, you know, grow me, serve you.
Yeah, I love that. Grow me, serve you.
As you grow, your business grows.
Yeah. And,
you know, you inspire people. You know, are you the type of person that's inspiring to be around? You know, success breeds success.
Right.
You know, and sometimes I'm around people and they're like, Jeff, if it's half as good as you make it sound, I want in. I'm just being around you, that energy, that passion, that enthusiasm, you know, you know, just that belief, that emotional sincerity.
Sure.
You know, that you have. So,
well, let me transition that to this. We were talking last night, and I said, you know, because some people are, you know, their personal development is more oriented towards books. Some people it's more oriented towards listening, audio programs. Some it's live events. You're a kind of a live event, experiential learner, don't you think? Kind of a lot.
I'm more auditory, more visual.
So one of the things that you are so good at, and you taught me to be fairly good at, you know, not as good as you, but fairly good at, is to build towards events. So especially the big destination events where somebody's got to get out of their little cocoon and they've got to travel someplace, they got to sacrifice, they got to figure out a way, and then for a weekend they'll think about the possibilities in their life and they'll start to dream and they'll meet other people. How important are these big events that you build towards? So a couple questions, I'll let you go. You know, kind of go on it. How important are they? How do you build towards them? And how do you teach others how to build towards them?
Well, I'll just kind of summarize it for you. You know, like I said, I have my DMO, my daily method of operation of things I do consistently every day. You know, sharing the product, sharing the opportunity, building the relationships, you know, building from one small event to the next. And you build what's called momentum. You know, momentum's a funny thing. I mean, when you've got momentum going, it's great. But it takes some time to get that momentum going. You know, so if you're doing something consistently long enough and you've got enough people in that pool of people that you've shared this with, as you build towards your big conference, now you've got a group, you've got some momentum, a group of people that you can pull into the big event. And I shared with you last night, I think where you're going with this is, even when I didn't have the money, Eric, I invested back into my business. You know, whether it was meeting somebody part of the way, you know, I'll get you a conference ticket, or, you know, split a room with you, or whatever it is. You know, you figure that part out yourself. But putting it back in, investing back into your business, investing back into people.
Well, the big thing that I think that's different here is what a lot of people do is they go through this phase. Phase one is they go if they're a distributor and, they can plan it and figure it out and they're kind of sensible about it and they go. And then two is they build a little team and then they try and get their team to go and they slowly build that way. What you've done from the beginning is you've made the big events about your prospects, about not just people on your team, not just distributors.
Right.
You've always made it about prospects, and like you say, that freshman team. You're always focused on, here's the class of 2011 that's coming into this new event. It's not about bringing in, everybody else. We want them to come too.
Sure.
But you're going to lead by example, because on the front row there's going to be you and a bunch of guests and a bunch of, kind of freshman team. So that's a different philosophy for people. And people go, really? I can bring prospects to my big event? How valuable has that been to your career, getting people to prospects or brand new people to a big event?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's an experience where it doesn't work all the time.
No, of course.
But when somebody comes and they spend those 2 or 3 days and see that big picture, like you met Vim and Birgit last night, they leave there where they're flying so high they don't need the plane to get home. They've seen it, they've felt it, they've experienced it. So, the big conferences, the big events are a must. Like I said, they're just non-negotiable. And and that people see me, like I said, it's easier to lead than it is to push.
Right.
And if people see you leading and you're showing up with a new freshman class of baby distributors that are excited and enthusiastic and it's all new for them, and and you're there taking notes and it's like your very first conference, and you're laughing and you're crying and you're playing full out and you're leading by example there. That's inspiring to other people. They see that. And,
I think the fact that you as a top earner, top leader, whatever, sitting in the front row taking notes is huge.
Well, absolutely. Distributors do not what you tell them to do; they do what you do. And like I said, watch the feet, not the lips.
Yeah.
And leadership out there, would you follow you?
Right.
Your work ethic, your discipline, your daily method of operation. What are you doing consistently every day? Are you the type of person you would follow?
Right.